Hello, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here, we celebrate sacred, divine love and unions. And we often break down the things that want to be hindrances to that sacred, divine love. Because, first and foremost, it starts within. You have to fully be in a state of self love and self appreciation, self realization, before you can become a crystallized energetic signature. You must know you, just like I come and introduce myself, Goddess Euphoria. You must know what it is that your energy represents, what you stand for, and it must be unchangeable and consistent in order for you to be able to activate that divine power within yourself to be able to attract without blockages. Because, please believe it's people out here trying to siphon energy and trying to block your manifestations. And if you are not sure of yourself, you'll let it happen. You'll let them rob you blind. So, yeah, let's get into it. The first thing that we have crowning the reading is vanity. People say a lot of things. And this is that energy. What I got when I first laid the card out was like an energy of somebody finally having found that one where what they say is what they mean. And they show up when they say they're going to show up, and they do what they say they're going to do. Because it's a lot of people out here. That's really the majority these days who they have all the flowery words and they have all the right names to call. They know all the right people. They have all the right this, all the right that. And vanity is like, it's about a look too. And what you project out into this world is like basically your soul's communication with the rest of the world. And they'll project all of these things about themselves that are not really true. It's a lot of capping out here. And then there's this energy of someone having found that person who is like, you get it. You really get it. Like, you get me. You hear me. You understand me. You know me. You recognize me. Or you're finding a person who is like, when you're talking to them, it's like they're not talking around you. They're not talking through you, not talking over you. They're like, it's really in alignment. So that is being highlighted at that time. And if you haven't found that person yet, then it means that you have to get better about being able to discern who is just selling you bullshit and who is really who they say they are. Because that's really, at the top of mind right now. That's where you get that balanced plane of existence where two soulmates can meet each other, and it won't be all that rocky. Well, at one point somebody's up here or somebody's down there. Y'all got to be on the same playing field. If y'all on the same team, y'all got to be on the same level, like mentally, spiritually. And in this spiritual warfare that we currently are in, really their target is your mental, because all is mind. If they can change your mind about something, if they can change your mind about who you are or what it is that you want to do with your life, they can change your whole reality. So you have to have that strong mental, and that comes from knowing who you are. You have to be that crystal being on the inside. And it's like giving the energy of someone having found that. If I'm able to channel this energy, that means that union has come into place with somebody's out there. It's some people out there who know what it feels like. Have you ever loved somebody? Can you learn to love somebody when somebody loves you? It's like y'all both, you feel each other. You feel each other. You hear each other. You know each other. Even at a distance. Like ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me from you. Because we know each other. Our energies are the same. And everyone is unique, but when you recognize your person, it's like, yeah, I know you because I know me. Because I see those same things in me. I can understand how you moving because it may not be the exact way I would move, but I completely understand why it is that you made the decision that you made. Is that connection versus a bunch of people who go out of their way to look the part, or a lot of people who on paper look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can communicate all the ways that they're someone that you should, fall head over heels for, or they can present to you all the things that look like it would be a good relationship. But when it comes down to it, in the heat of the moment, like when it's really necessary, they're going to leave you high and dry, because all they really care about is approval and outside validation. A lot of people can show you what it is that they think you want to see, because it's really just their soul craving exterior validation. And once they have your validation, they don't have no actual value on what they showed to you. So they can't remain consistent with what they showed to you. They were just doing it for validation. That's really what they wanted. It's really a problem with vanity. People just wanting to look the part instead of actually being what needs to be given. You know what I'm saying? Instead of actually being. Period. Instead of being. People are acting. And it can fuck with your mental. You may see a lot of people like unraveling right now because maybe they upheld a certain version of themselves that they can't upkeep. And so when they can no longer upkeep it, then they'll start to like, unraveling and, projecting onto you, trying to make it seem like you are the one who isn't enough, or like you are the one who's the problem. And you should keep validating them, and you should be worshiping me, and you should be thanking me, and you should be grateful. That's a sense of entitlement. And they trying to get a title off of you. They need you to give them a title because it was never their energy. They were just performing for your validation. The shit get deep now. The shit get deep. So, pick your side earlier on in the reading. Pick your side. Which side are you on? Are you the one that you on that level playing field with your soulmate? Or are you still out here bumbling and fumbling around with these twin flame like refractions of soulmate energy? Only you know. In the third eye position, we have the Six of Knives. And we building up and building up and building up. The soulmates are building up. It's like we in alignment. And once it's two in agreement, is it. If two can come into complete alignment, it's definitely going to be better than the power of one. But the Bible says something about that. Let two in agreement. If two come in agreement, it can be something like that. I ain't religious at all. I just pull from all different type of sources of wisdom. But it's building up. Things are moving, and you're able to see it. It's tangible. Because that whole energy of like communication, which knives is like communication, air energy, motion, messages, communication, broadcast. So the message is getting across. The point is getting across. When you're with the person that you're, deliverance, when you're with the person that you're supposed to come into divine union with, the messages it's a clear two-way street. And even if there's some type of interference, there'll always be like a protective type of energy around it. If you and your person are at a distance and somebody is trying to swoop in and, take that person's position to get you distracted from your divine partner, it'll be all type of frequency and energetic interferences. Your phone will stop working. Your charger will stop charging your devices. You won't be able to turn certain electronics on. It's all type of like electromagnetic, like aerial energy that'll come in to protect the union when somebody is coming in and trying to like take your soulmate's place. So twin flame connections, let's say you still kind of, playing around. And some people, you have to do it. Like we all have to get there some kind of way. So maybe you're at that part of your journey where you still are giving your attention to these people, and you'll see these interferences happening. Especially we've had like a sunspot, like what the sun been doing lately. The sun been super active since around March, April. I talk about it on my 828 Prophecies channel, why the sun is doing what it is doing. It has different coding now than what it formerly had. It's an entirely different sun, and people have been saying that too, that they can see that the sun looks different than what it's ever looked to them. It's like a different color. It's burning brighter. It's like, it's a different sun, and that's true. But back to what I was saying, like with the increased sun activity that we're having, we are having like cell tower outages and stuff like that. And a lot of times it is in a way to protect you. If it's somebody that you've been having trouble getting in contact with, and it seems like it's a lot of blockages to be able to contact somebody, take it for what it is. Like sometimes surface level is good. When we talk about vanity and hit that floor, because the root of it, that sometimes vanity, look, everything that you can perceive is good, even when towards you it's meant for bad. That's the whole basis of my 828 Prophecies channel. All things work for the good of those who love God and are called according to purpose. So even if somebody purposes something, they coming at you and they mean, even if they don't mean or intend it, if they have like a negative spirit, so they just have negative qualities about them, that twin flame karmic bullshit, it can still be used for your good. Or there'll be things that happen that will interrupt that connection and it'll be for your good. Have you ever had that person where it just seemed like y'all just can't get right? Like it's a twin flame connection. It's just like it's never the right time. It's never the right place. It's always some interject. It's always some type of interference. It's always something. It may be frustrating at the time, but it's all good because that's the Most High trying to keep you from a situation that don't mean you no good, a situation that's not going to be good for you, and you may not see it up front. But like I described, like they may present themselves to you as everything that you need, but at this particular place in your journey, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to work out. It's some kind of way they're going to end up selling themselves short or underperforming, and then you'll see a whole different side of them. You'll see a whole different type of ego where they can't get over the fact that they underperformed. So now they trying to drag you down with them just because they feel lesser than on the inside. And we're not being dragged down with nobody. We building up and moving forward and progressing. And that's where the sacred soulmate connection comes in, because once you are on that even playing field with somebody who you know this person is like you in another form. Like if you are feminine, that's you in masculine form. If it's a masculine, that's you in feminine form. And y'all may look like complete opposites on the outside. One may be darker, one may be lighter. It could be interracial relationships. Y'all speak different languages, from different cultures, have different religions. But at the core, you recognize yourself in that person and they recognize themselves in you. And I don't mean y'all have certain, interests and stuff like that. I mean, y'all can just sit and vibe with each other and it's just ongoing. It never ends. The discoveries that you all find out about each other is like everything you find out about that person. You be like, oh my God, that's no. Oh, I had something like that happen too. Or so many synchronicities, because that is your soul's mate. That's you just in an opposite body. Meaning that's that plane. You need polar opposites in order to create a pole, in order to have that center point of balance. You need point A, you need point B, and in the middle is that what they call them, a fulcrum, that center point of balance. And from that center point of balance, that's where the rest of the plane can expand from. That meeting point, when you guys meet in the middle, that creates that plane of existence where you guys can walk together on y'all's own divine journey. Oh, it's so deep. It's so beautiful. Somebody's on their way. If you haven't met that person, or if they are at a distance from you, somebody's on their way. They ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no interstate long enough. You know what I'm saying? Like wherever they are, ain't no flight long enough, ain't nothing too expensive. There's nothing that's gonna stop this person from getting to you. They really out there on the limb. Like they gonna get back to you if there is a distance, or if there is a situation where you guys are in separation for right now. They're on their way back for sure. You can see it materializing. You're seeing the signs around you that they on their way. If you don't particularly know the specific person right now, then you can just feel that energy of like, it just feels like something new, something crisp. Like you wake up with a sense of excitement that maybe you haven't had in a long time. And it's not based off of anything, physical. It's not like you look outside yourself and you see something that's assuring you that this person is there. It's an inner knowing. It's an inner knowing. Like I said, you just get it. When y'all come into that sacred union, you just get it. It just flows. The alignment is just there. And there's so much power in that. In the throat chakra position, it's the Ace of Baskets. That ever-flowing cup. The baskets are like synonymous with the cups. But wouldn't you prefer a basket of something over a cup of something? This is abundance. Like real ancestral abundance. Like each of you come with your own set of ancestors and spirit guides. And not only do y'all two align, your ancestors and your spirit guides align. Y'all ancestors and y'all spirit guides is almost like an arranged marriage. When you meet somebody and you go and meet their family and y'all just mesh, y'all just get along, or their family dynamic is everything that you were missing, everything that you needed. your family dynamic, everything that they were missing, everything that they needed. Or if both of you just are maybe estranged and y'all just out here in the world creating y'all own family, that's even more beautiful, because now it's just like a support system full of people who pour into y'all and y'all can pour back into them. But that's where it's at right now. And also, when I was talking about you just get it, it's like the conversations are so deep. You tap into new spiritual themes and topics that maybe you never even talked about with anyone else, or you learn about things that you never even considered before. This person pouring into you and you pouring into them. The communication is just full. It flourishes. It's fruitful. This is the life. It's like when you have the power of life and death in your tongue, like everything you guys speak of is like building. Y'all build so much. There's so much building when you're with the person, and when y'all go over all of these different topics, and it ain't nothing basic. It ain't talking about who they screwed and who this, that, and the other. It'd be like real grown conversations. Y'all really building, really talking about things that will affect both of your lives, really making plans, just really talking about shit, sharing your values, talking about ways of parenting the children, talking about places you want to go together, endeavors you want to take together. It's fruitful conversation, not that, what position you like, that basic ass shit. Like, we're moving past that. People are tired of that surface level nonsense. We really are moving past that. And that's the hermit in the heart position. It's like when people really get into their spiritual journey and they really learn who they are on the inside, you become unattracted to anything else. Like, that's when that twin flame shit starts to dwindle. And that's when you start to really get closer to your sacred union. When you go within and you find that inner light, and you know what gives you peace. That way you stop sharing your peace with everyone else, and you only begin to open your peaceful heart, led space to those who are in alignment with you. And now that you have that natural standard set up, it's only so many people who even go climb that wall. Once you have that standard set up, a lot of folks just don't have very low effort. They're not going to try it all. If you don't come down there in hell and chill with them, they're not going to make the effort to build up for you. They just don't have that inner discipline. But when you have somebody who has done the work within on themselves, when you have an actualized being, a self-actualized being, there you go. The standard sets itself. You're not even going to be attracted to nobody who haven't done the heart-based work on themselves. You're not going to be attracted to nobody whose heart is not light as a feather, who comes with all this baggage and who got all these anger issues, and who's still talking about, they baby mama, baby daddy, who even still uses words like baby mama, baby daddy. Like, you just not going to be interested in it like that. It's a low vibrational energy that your heart just won't be. You'll separate yourself. You'll naturally isolate yourself from that lane of people who only have, whatever the latest trend or whatever the latest lingo is in the streets. That's all they really know. Whatever the latest music is, that's what's on their playlist. They don't have any real cuts, and they don't have any real interest, stuff like that. You won't even be attracted to it. Now you cooking. Because if you're not even attracted to it, law of attraction, it can't keep coming around. It will at first, just because, that devil energy is going to test you. God don't test you. The devil tests you. And the devil is not like some pitchfork wielding evil person following you around. It's regular motherfucking human beings who are so obsessed with someone else's energy because they themselves don't have any creative energy within them. They're not connected to the creator. They're not self-actualized. So they need your energy, and they will siphon from you. It's like parasitic beings. So if you're not even attracted to people who just go off of, what's hot, what's trendy, what's viral, then that creates the standard itself. Only the best gonna be able to even trickle into your energy. And some of the best, they still have their toxic ways about them if they haven't done the healing. And you'll be able to see that when you get into conversation with them. If it's all kind of hiccups in the conversation and all types of unnecessary arguments and shit in the conversation, for one, check for third party interference. And for 2, if it's just y'all together and y'all just can't seem to get it right, let it go. Let it go and let something else come through that can actually meet your standards, and y'all have like synchronicity, and y'all align with each other, and y'all understand each other. I'm basically helping you untie these, karmic soul ties and shit, these karmic twin flame dynamics, so that you can get up on that plane with your sacred being, your sacred counterpart, and have that sacred union in the solar plexus. Oh, her little headpiece, my yellow is a little brighter, but we twinning. Twinning. Not no twin flame either. I'm talking about like twinning with your soulmate. Because twin flames ain't nothing but a broken down reflection of your soulmate. It may be one who you just be certain that that's the person for you. You certain that, yeah, this the person for me. Only to find out that they're just a refraction of an energy that is, much more suited for you in this lifetime. I can't speak for other lifetimes. I can't speak for other realms. In your next lifetime or backwards in your Akashic, maybe it was one of those twin flames, the ones that you feel more connected to than maybe the others. It's one specific one that was like, oh, this is my person. Maybe in a past life, or maybe, in next lifetime. But for in this space, in this time space right here, that soulmate, it got to be that soulmate. And you won't have all these hiccups and all that trauma with your soulmate. You just won't. Third party interference is really the only thing that be coming in between, soulmates like that. With the 3 of coins, it's a collaboration. Like I said, it's like when you two come together, it's ease. Now, third party interference could be something that makes the connection harder, or it takes you all away from one another, but it's never directly your soulmate who did it to you. It's never your divine counterpart who did something specifically to you. You could never place the blame specifically on that person for the connection having to, experience a period of separation. It's going to always be third party counterparts. And I don't mean somebody going out cheating on you with another person. I mean people doing low life malicious shit to hop in the way of a connection, to stop it from coming together, because they are still obsessed with one or both of you. If you got somebody that wants you and they willing to, throw some interference in the way, that's a third party. If they got somebody who is obsessed with them and following them around and trying to get in the way and present themselves, like I'm getting the energy of, like the girls who claim that they be a dude's sister. Oh, I'm his sister and stuff like that, but they really just be hopping in the way, getting in the way of his connections. You know what I'm saying? It can even be family. Sometimes you'll have that cousin, my cousin is, and I don't want my cousin da 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 da. But it be kind of incestuous. Like it go too far. Like, is that just your cousin, or you really be like, thinking naughty thoughts about this person, or around them trying to shake your ass a little harder with your cousin or around your cousin? Like, what is it? Because it's more than just, that's my cousin da da da. No, you got some feelings for him. It's inappropriate to say, but that vanity. It's like people what they be feeling on the inside don't be what they show for real. Or they'll try to show you something that ain't exactly what they feel on the inside. When it comes to divine counterparts, it's fruitful collaboration. It's fruitful, like I say, y'all building up when you talk to each other. It's like you can see how far things can go, and it's easy to look into the future with this person because y'all have such a fruitful connection, and you pour into one another. You see yourself in the other person like their reflection. And you've done your work, so you know who you are, Hermit card. So you know what you like. And you're really attracted to this person because they know what you like. They provide what you like. It's never no second guessing this person. They show up. They are who they say they are. And it's so beautiful. Y'all can work together. You can make so much from this. And I'm getting like both of you have your own interest. One person may be like a gym rat. The other person may be like a music head. One person may be into fashion. The other person may be into, painting. You know what I'm saying? Or doing hair or something. It's like y'all have your own, you're self-actualized beings. And you have curated a life for yourself that you enjoy. So you don't have a problem sharing with another person, especially when they also have a rich existence to pour back into you. It's never about siphoning. It's always about sharing. It's not about control or competition. It's about like complementing each other, you know? It's just a complementary energy. It's a collaboration. What you do it well. What I do it well. Well, what would happen if we mixed it? If we put our two cups together, now we got a basket full of abundance. You get what I'm saying? And that's the energy that I'm getting here. Like somebody has found that one who just gets it. They found the person who just gets it. Or you're finally coming out of that like twin flame dynamic and you're getting it, like what it takes to be in a sacred union. But either way, this is beautiful energy. And you know what? In the sacral position, we have justice in reverse. So all of that interference, whether it be like energetic, like I talked about, sometimes the cell phone towers are shut down. So just so that you'll be blocked from talking to a karmic, or, you know, it's some type of delay or something, or you can never book a plane ticket on time to be able to travel to go see this person because you ain't supposed to go. You ain't supposed to go see them. It may be some danger awaiting you. You get robbed. You have a bad flight. You get locked up in the airport. Whatever it is, it's just something that's not meant for you. But lo and behold, the things that you may feel like are injustices at the time, all works for the good of those who love God and are called according to purpose. All things. So it's like all of the things that may have come against you all separately. Because again, we're talking about, you know, self-made beings. People who have had to, you know, take up their own bed and walk. People who have had to get over trials and tribulations in their own lives to the point where they have become consistent, solidified, crystal beings. They have their own interests. They have their own skills and talents. They have a rich life separately. You know, I'm a movement by myself, but we're a force when we're together type energy. And all of the things that made you a movement by yourself, all of the struggles, all of the trials, all of the, you know, adversaries, everything that comes against you that you may feel is an injustice at that time, you know, the traumas that you've had to work through, or that you still may be working through, because you don't have to be a perfect person. That's a part of that pouring into one another. You may have certain healing that this person doesn't have yet. They may have certain experience that you don't have that could help you heal. But again, it's not about competition or control. You all would never like use that hurt against one another. You know, you don't even have arguments to the point where it gets to spiteful, ugly words like that. It's fruitful, beautiful, flourishing communication between the two of you. Like if there is supposed to be an argument, it shuts down real quick. Like the structure within the both of you, you would rather, hey, let's just take some time alone. Let's spend some time apart so that we can regroup and we can come back together and talk to each other with some sense. You know what I'm saying? Or the energy is just so lighthearted that y'all really can't even argue with each other, because I'm getting like somebody may have like a smart mouth, or somebody is like more funny, like a funny type person, and they'll make a joke about it that'll make the other person like kind of giggle or chuckle, even when you're supposed to be in a serious, you know, space. It just never gets to that traumatizing space, because that's not what soulmates do. We don't traumatize each other. We love on each other. We pour into each other. We cover each other. We keep each other. There's just a sacred space. That secret dwelling place of the Most High is really the heart. It's a loving space where you don't taint another person just because maybe they're not moving in the way that you want them to move right now. If your person feels like they need to do something for themselves that you don't necessarily approve of, it's not an energy where you go to trying to sabotage them because they're not moving the way that you want them to move. That's the stuff twin flames do. When you don't do what they want you to do, then they go to talking shit about you, go to telling everybody you did such and such. They want to call the law on you, want to try to put cases on you and stuff like that. It's just real ugly behavior. And, on that higher twin flame plane, take me to higher love. We just don't do that. We just don't do that. What we do is transmute the injustices from third parties. What we do is, okay, let's say there is some type of energetic interference. Then we work with that. We're like, okay, it's not meant at this time. I don't need to be speaking to this person. Or, okay, maybe this is not the person for me because for whatever reason, the electric energy, the magnetic frequency, the geomagnet, whatever it is not allowing this to happen. So let me sit in solitude more. Let me focus more on my own interest until a pathway is created, because God gonna always make that way. The Most High will, or whatever your higher power is gonna always pave that road for you to be able to walk gracefully, almost like a shortcut in the sky. I call it the invisible road. That pathway of communication, and it's a frequency. If you're not on that frequency, you're not gonna be able to reach it. And a lot of times people keep themselves in a lower frequency trying to keep up with the Joneses. Injustice. Situations that were created to be unjust. People who went around talking bad about you or hopping all in your business, trying to tell you about your person. Trying to create a energy of imbalance in this balanced connection. It ain't doing nothing but creating more of a deeper, profound connection between the two of you. Because if y'all really meant to be together, you both are gonna see. If y'all looking at each other, you can see behind your person's back. They can see behind your back. Y'all watching each other's back, and y'all seeing how people are moving in each other's lives. That ain't gonna do nothing but bring y'all closer together. When they see how others are treating you, because they like, how could they treat you like that? When you're such a good person, like you're such a good partner, like you show up in the relationship, you listen, you participate. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like one of them situations where I need a baby who gonna listen. It's like, I don't want to be the one you egging. Like, you don't ignore this person. Like, you listen to this person, you recognize this person, you build with this person, you respect this person. It's no disrespect, it's no spite, it's none of that. So how could these people see so much? How could these people see something in you that will make them want to attack you? Oh, it's not you. It's them not being able to meet your standards. They can't be who it is that you actually need. So they trying to put you down. They trying to make you feel like you ain't worthy. And you'll see it in your divine counterpart before they see it. Because sometimes they just want to sit in a place of just like, love. And especially if they're a person who is led by love or, peace. I guess for masculines, it's less about love. That's more of a feminine thing. For masculines, it's like peace. In order to keep the peace, a lot of times they'll put up with a lot of bullshit. They'll know people around them ain't shit, but just to keep the peace, so, for their own peace of mind, for their own stability, so that they can continue to work and show up in the world as divine protectors and providers, they'll just, whatever, man, kind of deal with it. But when that divine feminine come in with that old fiery segment, Ra, apple of Ra's eye energy, ain't gonna be none of that. We got to cut all these people off. The ones that they around you just trying to get a little piece of what you getting. They see how much you build. They see how strong you are. So they want to just, be downright unruly all in your energy so that they can build off of you. You out here actually doing the work to build and you still feel isolated. This is like when a divine feminine and a divine masculine be in a room full of people and you still feel lonely. That Jill Scott's song, "'Cause I'm lonely whenever you're around." That may be something that one of your soulmate may have been through that. Or that could be something that you're currently experiencing in like a karmic twin flame dynamic. Which twin flames are all to me karmic. So that's I use those words interchangeably. But it's synonymous, really. You'll see it before your partner sees it. Like, a woman can want love so bad that she'll allow like her family members to just completely act like they don't have no sense, run her name in the mud, and still be showing up to like family reunions and stuff. That masculine will come in and be like, nah, not while I'm here. You're not gonna talk crazy to her while I'm here. And be done told that whole damn family reunion up. You know what I'm saying? About his feminine. And like I was just saying, like a masculine, they want peace. So a feminine come in and be like, I don't care about disturbing the peace. You gonna stop disrespecting him. Like big steppers for each other. Like both of them big stepping. Like great collaborators. Because you're not finna come up here and fuck up our canvas. This is our canvas. We gonna paint it the way we want to paint it. Oh, I. That's so funny because I said that. Oh, I just being funny, but it's a lot of things in your life you wonder like why, or like why is this happening? Like why me of all people? Like I do right by people, especially when you and your divine energy. I do right by people. I treat people well. I give people the best that I give, and it's like you could never get that balance back when you come into connection with that divine counterpart. It's y'all gonna be on that plane together. All of that rocky roads and rough terrain and stuff, all of that solo climbing you had to do, that was a solo journey that you had to take. But that was a soul journey. Once you complete that solo journey, being like a portal through into something new, you and your person can walk together on a balanced plane together as equals, as divine counterparts, as soulmates. And it's supported. Hearts light as a feather. Oh, I'm seeing that little feather in Forrest Gump with Forrest and Jenny. Forrest had done the work. He had been out in the world. And Jenny had too, but Jenny had never found herself because she should have stayed with Forrest. She just kept running. Her trauma got the best of her. She never did the full work to be able to get on that stable plane until, the very end of her life. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. Somebody spends so much of their life out in the world and you don't know how much time you got left. And then when you finally do, reunite, it be over just that quick. And maybe in the next lifetime, like I said, somebody who was a twin, who was a karmic twin, like in this lifetime, maybe in your Akashics far back, they were your soulmate. Maybe in the next lifetime, that will be that person. But for right here, right now, you have to be okay with knowing who you are, because that's the root of this reading. You have to know who you are. And you have to be okay with, okay, I'll see you next lifetime. Erykah Badu. I know I'm a lot of woman, but not enough to divide the pie. Not this time. I'm going to go with the one who actually has my best interest at heart. I'm going to go with the one who is actually the best for me in this lifetime. Because all we can do is work with this lifetime. You can be spiritual all day. In my past life, I was Egyptian royalty. I was da-da-da from Lemuria and Atlantis. Baby, you live in the south side of Decatur right now. What's the best for you today? You know what I'm saying? You live in motherfucking in H-time coming down. Who the best for you right now? You can't go off of, who you were in some other space and time when you're right here in the present. Because really that's all we have is the present. And don't let none of these twin flames sell you none of that spiritual bullshit. We were together in the Sirius star system. Yeah, we were. Right now, today on Crenshaw. What are we? You know what I'm saying? Is this vanity. And there is no such thing as something that is all bad. We get a lot of negative connotations from vanity, but I've been giving you a balanced perspective on vanity. And the honest thing about it, sometimes shit just is what it is. Sometimes all you can be is vain. All you can do is look at what's right there in front of you, what you're seeing right there in front of you. And if you can build with it, great. But all of that comes from you knowing yourself first, because you can't transmute nothing if you don't even know yourself. You don't have no strong center point yourself. That whole twin flame plane of existence, that whole soulmate plane of existence can't even manifest if you are not a solid point. It's like point A, point B, and that center point of balance in between the two. And from that center point of balance between the two, everything moves out in a 360 direction, creating you guys' plane of existence. When you see, when they talk about like theory of relativity and stuff, and you see the matrix laid out, and they'll show like a little ball, and as the ball rolls, it creates a dent in that matrix. That's the plane I'm talking about. You point A, a whole being, him point B, or she point B, a whole being, whatever your sexuality is, And when y'all come into alignment, that center point of balance where you come and meet each other and see each other eye to eye in a heart space where it's just you two, only you two collaborating, no one else in that plane of existence, it creates a whole new world, just like Jasmine and Aladdin. His, street runner, da da da, her magical palace life come together into this amazing adventure. And I know it's just fiction, but that's really all this should be based off of just the mechanics of physics and science. Like all the art forms and stuff, because I'm getting like music, films, plays, movies, fashion, all the arts are really just creative ways to describe science, physics. The math and the science is everywhere. You can't outrun it. Math is a universal language, and you need math in order to have science, the highest of which is physics. And the higher you get into physics, it becomes spiritual. And then when you're on the spiritual side, boom, creation. So it's all just one big circle of life. Somebody has come into what feels like a Disney fairy tale, because I keep citing all of these like Disney movies. It feels like a fairy tale. It feels magical, but it's really common sense. And you know that it's not the type of magic that you get carried away and you lose yourself, because it's still so concrete. Like there's proof to what you feel with this person, and you and this person just get it. I think that's the magical aspect of it, that regardless of whatever you both went through, you were still able to get it and come together on like this sacred soulmate plane of existence. And the communication is just so flowy and fruitful, and it builds you up. And that power of the tongue is really powering. Like the concepts that you all discuss. And I'm getting like telepathy. That's a higher, what you would consider magical or supernatural level of communication. But that's what I'm getting. Like the highest level of communication is like telepathy, where we don't have to say a word, and I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly what you're going through. I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. Another Disney, like it feels like a fairy tale when you meet that person who just gets it. They just get you. And y'all didn't have to live parallel lives. Just like Forrest's life was a lot different from Jenny's life. Forrest knew real love, Jenny did not. But at the same time, Forrest knew what it was to be bullied and to be looked down on and treated like nothing, regardless of how pure his heart was. And then Jenny had to go out in the world and live a life of her just being a scared little girl with a pure heart, but, allowing herself to be mistreated. She didn't have to be bullied, but she allowed herself to be mistreated. So it's like the same person, but in like opposite vessels. Don't allow time to escape from y'all, man. When I tell you, like, the sooner you do your work, and I know it's hard in the beginning, especially, I know it's hard to face all of these injustices and really start asking yourself the hard questions about why people may have teamed up to do things, toward you, or why people don't want to see you happy the way you want to see them happy. But take that journey, take that deep dive into the shadow realm and really understand who you are. Because the most precious thing we have in life is time, which is just how long can I sit here in this state of thriving, living, being, in this state of being before I expire, before this vessel expires. And who do I want to share this gift of time and space with? If you don't know yourself, you're not going to be able to know who your divine counterpart is. But yeah, the root of the reading is that Four of Knives, like meditation, being still on the inside, being consistent with what it is that you like to do, knowing who you are, having a solid base within yourself, because you can't even sit on that point A and point B of this soul mate. Soul flame is something different. Wow. Maybe that's that person who is from a past life or from the next life. It's a mix of soul flame. Like you were a soulmate at one time, but you can only be a twin flame in this reality. I like it. I wonder if anyone has patented that or trademarked that. See what type of creativity you get into? You see, it's abundant talk, it's abundant speech, it's abundant communication. When you even on that level, you get into things that you get into a different level of creativity. Yeah, y'all. Somebody gets it. If you haven't watched this video this far, you get it. Put "I get it" in the comments. Like, you really get it. If you have listened to me ramble on this long with these cards. But it's not rambling at all. It's fruitful. It's building. It's that if you know, you know energy. Because your soulmate, if you know, you know. It's either you get it or you don't. Either you still in that rough, rocky terrain dealing with the twin flames, or, you know, you still doing the work, climbing that mountain to get onto the ledge. Because now I'm seeing that man's house at the top of, on the movie Up. More Disney magic. It really does. And this person here is a wizard. You know, all of these people who, you know, pompous, and I go to this parties and I rub elbows with this person. When the wizards show up, they ain't got nothing to say. Where's all that, you know, arrogance? Where did the arrogance go? Where did the highfalutin energy, where did that go? When a real wizard step off in your midst. When a real chosen being steps off in your midst. When a real self-actualized goddess, God energy arrives. Are you still as high as you think you are? Or are now you stuck in a position where you got to just put on airs, where you got the cap to make them think that you're who they need, and then turn around and try to project your lack onto them when you can't perform the way that you said you were going to perform? Because those are the energies here. It's either, if you know, you know. Either they have it or they don't. And somebody has come into connection with someone who has it. Or there are sacred soulmates who are sitting here and like, yep, that's true. Because, yep. Like, you know, if you know, you know. If you've been through this before and you're on that soulmate plane of existence where it's just you two. And it's telepathy. It ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide. Couldn't nothing stop you from being able to get your heart's intention across to that person. The message, the love, nothing could stop it. Now I'm getting like primordial waters and stuff like that, or primordial sky. It's like before time even existed. That type of energy is, you know, the Akashic and stuff, you know, next lifetime, past lifetime stuff. A lot of that energy is being hinted at right now, so you could be tapping into that. You may be doing some reading on that right now. The card behind it, the Ace of Knives. You may be doing like some deep diving into like the real truths of life and like the mechanics of life. Ancient alchemy or the occult, which is just ancient wisdom and knowledge that we should all already have. I'm getting a lot of those themes have to do with this energy coming together with the Two of Coins. It's like you being able to take new concepts and themes, or maybe it's your counterpart that introduced you to these new concepts and themes, and you could have introduced them into new concepts and themes. Like maybe this person may be more into history, you're more into spirituality, and it all ties together. All things, it all ties together. It may not seem like it at first, but if you dig deep enough, we all have that common ground, you know, rooted in the all that is, in the all encompassing in the Most High God, or, you know, whatever your higher power is. It's a Alpha and Omega. The beginning is the ending and the ending is the beginning. It's all one. And that oneness, that union is definitely highlighted here. You had to kiss some frogs. You definitely had to kiss some frogs, but I'm getting that your counterpart's spirit was always present in the frogs that you kissed. That's that whole twin flame thing. The kind of people, like, a lot of people have like types, and when you find yourself having a type, like the final archetype be like the Bowser, the final boss of all of those types that you keep going after. And it don't have to do with, like, of course, you know, vanity, looks here. It don't have to do with that. It's more like the way those energies speak to your soul. Like, how do you like to feel when you're around a person? When you get that final boss, that final soulmate in this time space, then you unlock the fullness of that. And you get to live on that higher frequency with that person. You both get to live on that higher frequency together. It's so beautiful. The magic carpet. The magic carpet is what I'm talking about. The you point A leads point B, that middle point, and it creates the plane. It's Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet ride. A whole new world. Because I'm hearing Raja, so the tiger, and then also Raja from RuPaul's Drag Race, who was the ain't nobody touching Raja. Nobody. I'll die on this hill. Ain't nobody touching Raja. um, and then like model. So it's like the model person, the perfect person, not human perfect, not 3D perfect, the perfect energy. It's the perfect alignment, the perfect fit. Magic carpet ride, it creates magic. Somebody has stepped into that. You've arrived at that. Your magic carpet awaits. Do you trust me? Those things like that. Trusting someone fully with your heart, with your spirit, because you've seen how trustworthy they are. This is not a person who will snake you. They like peace. They like love. They like discipline. They like order. It's not someone to doubt. It's not someone to be afraid of. Trust, real collaboration, real love. And you get to a point of being able to trust with abandonment, like just like blind trust, blind faith in a person. You get to that point through the inner work yourself. If you don't trust yourself, you can't trust nobody else. When you can trust yourself in any space, anywhere, anytime, then you can really give trust. You can really put trust in another person. In God we trust. It's a God-created union. What God has put together, and let no man put asunder. This is just channeling right now. And it all worked out. Let it all work out. Even those who came against you, the interferences, it all worked out. And it all worked out. See, to you a psychic. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.